All righty, is the frequency in use? I guess it's not in use. I always ask that. Nobody ever says it is. So this is K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? No, there isn't, as usual. And so if there is, you can always break in, and if you need help, we're here to answer, well, not questions really, but if you have an emergency, just give us a call and we'll help you out any way we can. Just let it be an emergency, not a, Burger King gave you the wrong order of fries. All righty, the net may be broken anytime for that, so be aware, not the fries thing. For information on our net, you can see us on 146415.net. That's 146415.net, very similar to our frequency. Or you can see us on the Yahoo groups, which is Mike Juliet _SS. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. That's A Alpha Romeo Romeo Lima November Echo Tango. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday evening, and we are conducting that on 146.415, very similar to our website. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio folks for emergency communication and have some fun doing it. We don't arbitrarily have past traffic. I think that we've accomplished something better in the sense that everybody who has a great system will be much better communicators if they have to in an emergency. So we invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, resources, and training in support of the city of Mount Juliet and the general community course. And it's a directed net, and all traffic shall be coordinated by me. Is there any announcements other than my normal ones for the nets coming up? All righty, and we'll go ahead with the announcements. Of course, we have another net, as you know, on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Same place, same time, same frequency. You can also be on the YouTube site as well. There's also another announcement about the AA4VU, the Vanderbilt Amateur Radio Club, on 443-800. That's a plus offset and a PL of 123. Real hard to forget that. 123.0. And that's every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. And of course, the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club has a net tomorrow night. That's Thursday night, 8 p.m. Thursday, 147.105 with a plus offset and a tone of 156.7. And after this net, we're going to try something a little new. It's not too new. Technology's been around quite some time, but just a different thing. We want to try to go on the same frequency on single sideband, which is upper sideband. And see, I know that not everybody has that capability, so I'm not trying to exclude people, but we want to see how it will go for future events if we choose to do so. 146.415 on single sideband. It's on your radio if you have that ability, and also upper sideband for certain. That's where we normally do this. So we'll do that at the end of this net, so don't get all antsy and try to do it ahead of time, because I won't be able to hear what you're saying. I don't have the right radio on for that. All right, is there any other announcements? Well, very good. Then I suppose I shall start taking check-ins. I want to, I'm hoping Jen is out there and her husband, I believe it's Jonathan, from the Mount Juliet area. They're New Hams, and they haven't been on the air yet. I'm going to start over there with south of 40, and maybe they'll come on first. Hey, hold on. Okay. Before we go there, okay. We'll take that one first, though. How you doing tonight? KK4TN, go ahead.
And it may not do as good as the vertical, but we'll see. I just got it up right in under the vertical right now. Just temporary. I run out of light.
Okay. Where are you located? Remind me again.
I'm sorry, Franklin, Tennessee, main branch.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that, Randy. I just didn't remember where you were there in Franklin. Yeah, you're a little noisy and about an S3 maybe, but it's full copy, so it's not too bad.
that for 14, 15 foot? All right, I'll play with it tomorrow. I just want to get it up for that. And Ariel, thank you, my friend. Maybe 14.
Yeah, very good, Randy. Yeah, I have worked several stations. I work in Franklin, and I don't know exactly where you are, but I get them reasonably better than that. But then again, they have antennas up about close to 20 to 30 feet.
Yeah, I'll get that. I just play with it. I just want to see the speed would work. It's been up in the shed for a long, long time, and I thought I'd try to see if it works.
Yeah, very good. Hit me with your call one more time because I think I wrote it down wrong.
Tango 4, Tango November.
Well, that's because I wrote down KK and not KT. Okay, so that's Kilo Tango 4, Tango November, and that's Randy in Franklin. Well, I'm glad you're there, Randy. Good to hear from you. Who else we got south of 40? Please come in.
Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, Bill.
Yeah, very good, Bill. Sound great. It's nice to go first for once in a while, isn't it? South of 40.
Yeah, I kind of think your little dial that you're spinning on, we've only got about a 10% of that whole 360, and we're always usually last. But it's nice to be first.
That's what I mean. I kind of do that on purpose, but not because I don't like south of 40. It's because many times south of 40 is a much bigger group, and well, I guess I'm making you guys wait longer. Maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. You're right. You bring up a good point there, Bill. Maybe it's because I know everybody south of 40 is patient.
Well, we are that. That's for sure. But no, just 1 out of 4 is fine.
No, that's good. I had to just have it, one night and just rotate it around the clock like you would, a regular rotation would probably be better.
Well, you can always try what you want. It'll work out in the long run.
Oh no, I understand. I'm not averse to change or even somebody else's opinion. So appreciate that, Bill. And again, that's Bill, Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, and he is in Murfreesboro. I did get that right, didn't I, Bill?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Sometimes my writing isn't, as I'm writing, I get it. I have to look at it again. I say, that's not what it is. All right, appreciate it. Who else out to 40? Please come in.
AM4VDA.
Hey, Dan, I hadn't heard you in a couple of nets. You doing all right?
Yeah, doing okay. I was laughing a little bit. You asked if the frequency wasn't used and you were using it.
Yeah, I know it. Somebody called me right at or right before 8. I couldn't not answer the call, I think he was just trying to he was doing a radio check. Yeah, it was funny. It was me that was on the air. So I couldn't very well answer it because I was again using it again. So you doing all right, Dan? You getting better?
Yeah, back is feeling fairly good. Just watching it though. The one thing also you surprised me is my Bofang doesn't have a single sideband.
No, yeah, it doesn't have. Well, it doesn't, does it? Yours doesn't, does it?
No, it does not.
Yeah, it's funny because I have to remind myself. I have to think about what they do because it does do, some other bands. But like my Kenwood, the THF6A does receive single sideband for several bands. So it's not as if there isn't a handheld that doesn't do it. I just don't know one that transmits on single sideband.
I don't either. I don't have one, but I'm certain that within the next few months, someone will come out with one.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be the Chinese.
Yeah, with the chip in there so that they can listen to everything.
I think they're already doing that, Dan.
Yes, that and the Russians. I always like that Kaspersky virus software. Really need to trust the Russians to take care of your computer for you.
Yeah, I was just telling somebody today on the email that I'm pretty sure that the hackers, wherever they are, have the ability to actually, let's put it this way, people like Google, and I don't know what they're doing, but they know pretty much every IP address in the whole nation just due to the search engine issues. So a hacker could jump in and just disable every computer they wanted to if they really wanted to.
Yeah, that's true. I noticed too, I have one of the ads for news and for reading books, and I am getting ads on there now. So evidently they put spyware on the ads now.
Yeah, well, Can't win. Well, Russians got to do something because they know very well that they're at a disadvantage to us militarily and financially. So they got to do some sneaky things to kind of keep up with us. All right, Dan, appreciate you being there. I will. That's Dan, Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha. They're in right behind the Providence Marketplace. Good to have you in there, Dan. Who else we got south of 40?
K4 IDC mobile.
Oh, you're still mobile. I thought you'd be home by now.
Halfway between the fuel pump and home.
Yeah, very good. I think I told you, didn't I, that I replaced the fuel in my Poland lawn, the weed whacker, and put new stuff in it. It runs like a champ.
And it diminished like a fluorescent light bulb.
Man, I'm not kidding you though. It was amazing. I don't know whether it was just old fuel or it was it was the ethanol fuel over time that was giving it a fit. Because as soon as I started up, it ran normally.
Yeah, either one would do it. The ethanol attracts moisture. It's been humid.
Yeah, well, and the Poland does sit outside in the shed, so it's not exactly a dry environment. Well, very good, Robin. Good to have you in there. And that new antenna, you have heard more stations with that, correct?
Oh yeah, quite a number. I started making a list last week when I was listening to the stations I heard. I quit after about a dozen.
That's great. Well, it's so, I hate this. It's sound, and it's in ham radio because it is a hobby and it is fun and it's gratifying when something you improve makes a substantial difference in the enjoyment of the hobby.
Yep. So I have an air-cooled dummy load available if anybody wants it.
It's not that bad. Yeah, I think that that feeling is much like that feeling, that warm fuzzy feeling you get when you touch an RF.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you later, Robin. Who else? And that's Robin, Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie. He is about 5 or 6 miles south of 40 on right off of 171 or what do you call it there? Mount Juliet Road. Who else south of 40? Please come in.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
All righty, one of the anchor tenants down in Rockville. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing fine. I'm probably holding off, hoping to hear those new people come in.
Yeah, I was too. She may be listening. She and her husband, but I don't know their schedule, so they may have other plans. I was just hoping to hear them because I can. In fact, Donnie, who is you may have heard Donnie before. He's down there farther south than Providence, and he called out to me from his living room with a 5-watt handheld, just sitting in the living room, and I was able to hear him very well, and we had a nice QSO. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear them just from about less than a mile away in Providence.
Okay, man. We'll let you get back with it. I'll swap antennas and get on this sideband read.
Now we're going to stay, okay, but we're going to stay on vertical now. I just want to make that clear. We're staying on vertical on sideband. So anybody who's, well, some people have it both ways, but in this case, since most people who are on FM, some have not been on sideband before, so they don't really have sideband horizontal antennas. You with me?
Okay, we'll get you for us, Lobby.
Yeah, very good. I'm going to need just a 60-second break when that's over myself to get that antenna moved over. All right, who else south of 40? Please come in.
KN4CCQ.
Hello, Preston. Do either you or your ex-wife got sideband over there?
I do not. No, I don't have that capability. Sure don't.
That's right. We're mandating that everybody get sideband capability. No, we appreciate that people don't have that. I mean, if you do a lot of FM, a lot of people don't have the sideband capability. Well, no problem with that, Preston. How's things going with you?
See, man, I can't complain a bit. Like I said, it's been really good and hot today. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, enjoyed getting fried in it. Like I told you earlier, it was 96 degrees in the shade in my front porch.
Copy that. Well, good evening to you, Paul. Sound good over here as always. KN4CCQ, back to you.
Yeah, and that is Preston, Kilo November 4, Charlie Quebec, down there south of Nashville, about 25 miles. Yeah, he's in. Let me think about this. Possum truck. Who else we got south of 40?
Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar.
You're not on the handheld, I can tell.
I'm not on that tonight, but I appreciate the kind comments. I was just trying that little thing out. It's a little new thing I got. It did pretty well. It did the job for me, so I can't complain.
No, I have a TYT, the same model you do. I was impressed with the quality and with the apparent durability of that handheld.
Well, I've got a different antenna on there tonight than I had yesterday when I talked to you. And this antenna I got on there, they've got a rubber ducky now. It's got a 2.5 dB gain on it. I'm not sure if this is one of them or not, but I know I can tell the difference when I use it.
Wow. I think it's a 2.5 dB gain if you're standing on the roof.
Probably so. Well, I'm upstairs tonight, so it might get out another block or two further, but I ain't tried anything yet.
Yeah, I guess. No, you're doing fine because you're not on that. What you're on the base radio tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on a Yazoo old 2900 model.
Old or new, I can't tell the difference. You could tell me it was a brand new one, I wouldn't know. All right, buddy, because you sound great. All right, that was Donnie, Kilo 4, Oscar, Foxtrot, Oscar. He's also south of, south of 40, about 5 miles east of Mount Juliet Road. Who else south of 40? Well, very good. Let's move over to the west of Mount Juliet Road, west of Wilson County, west of Mount Juliet. Please come in. Well, the wild, wild west is empty, empty, empty. Anybody west of Mount Juliet, please come in.
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Hey, what did I do? Wake you up, John?
I was just wanting to make sure I didn't double with somebody.
No, I know. No, you sound good. How are things over in Bellevue today?
Oh, just fine. Hot was the word. I thought I heard you say 96 in the shade. It hit at least 94 in the shade here.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, it was hot yesterday as well, around 94-ish. When I looked out, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, not looked out because I have a digital thermometer, which is pretty accurate, out on the front porch, in the shade, underneath the canopy, with a breeze. You know, there's nothing holding up the heat there. 96, no, 90, it was almost 96. I think it was 95.7 or something like that. And I was just surprised it was that much warmer.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I was just outside 5 or 10 minutes ago, and it's just gorgeous. Yeah,
it dropped down to 82 degrees here in the backyard, and I can't read the other thermometer because I got some stuff jammed up against it. But I'm guessing it's low. It's about the same, about 80 degrees. Well, very good, John.
Yeah, my thermometer's showing 84, but it just didn't feel like it by comparison.
Well, that's because after you remove your hand from the stove, everything feels cool.
Exactly. Well, you sound good. The sideband will be interesting. That'll be an interesting test.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll decide if we want to do that again, or it's just something to have fun with, and it's in the same vein with the same people and can use in the same antennas. Because, like I said, not everybody's got a sideband horizontal antenna. And besides, they don't have to point it at me.
To compare the propagation strictly with making only the change in mode.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it will improve. I don't know that it will, but I'm guessing it will be helpful.
On paper, that's what they say. We will see.
Yeah, very good, John. Good to have you in there. That's John, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo in Bellevue. Who else west of Mount Juliet?
KM4 YRF.
I still like that YRF. It's almost like you asked for that.
I have to chuckle every now and then myself.
Yeah, very good. Somebody at the Hamfest down there in Alabama saw my hat, which had my call on it. And he goes, "Man, I wish I had that call." And I thought, it's not that good. It's just my initials. And I told him, I said, just my initials. He said, I still like it. The Pew. I said, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I kind of like that myself.
I guess. I had a couple people tell me that. They like it better than my old call, that November Alpha 4 Zulu India.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's kind of cool.
All right. Very good, Michael. And that's Michael, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Belshire, just northeast of Nashville there. Who else west of Mount Juliet? Please come in. Well, then we'll move around to the north of Mount Juliet, north of Lebanon Road, north of Division Street.
Oscar, Quebec. My name is Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, hold on, Charles. I did hear you in there. You doubled, and that's Dennis. Your call is Whiskey 9. Is it not correct?
Roger.
Yeah, I start to get dyslexia after 10 or 11 calls I copy here, but you're doing fine. I've talked to you enough. I should know that by heart, and I do, but little interruptions in the brain flow don't. By the way, this is Dennis up in what's the name of that community again?
Stallion Springs, and I kept some notes on signal strength. Bill Camp4 NNY was S1, sounded really good. Dan Cam4B something, he was about S1. I could hear him. Charlie K4IDC was a little stronger, S2. Can4CCQ Preston was a little stronger than that, S3. And then K4OFO Donnie, he was S3. But W4AWE John, he had a 0 S reading, but he was very, very readable. He had like better modulation. It was commendable.
Well, John runs, just to give an explanation, he's using the same antenna I am, and he's even got a barrier between me and him, and I presume there's a hill there east of him. There's a ridge, and he's running 90 watts though, so he's plowing right through something.
But I was just surprised, not showing on my S meter at all, but he was like a 4 or 5 readable.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, he comes blasting in here as well, and because he doesn't have a good elevation compared to me or to you for that matter, because your distance is a little further, but he gets through with that 90 watts and a good gain antenna for certain.
All right, well, I'm listening. WNRBOQ.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. And that's Dennis, Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. He's in Stallion Springs, up there northeast of Hendersonville. I think that's how you describe it, wouldn't you?
I'm straight north of Lebanon.
Ah, that's right. Well, that'd be northeast. Yeah, straight north 11. All right, very good. Appreciate you having in there, Dennis. Who else? Oh, I heard Charles in there. Charles, go ahead.
Yes, good evening, everyone. And I believe I just found out that when you get real tired, your blood pressure goes up. Earlier, it was down and then it went back up. Now I'm even more tired. I know y'all heard the same thing over and over, but I'll let y'all know how it goes when I finally get to go. Hopefully next week.
All right, well, I hope it works out for you, Charles. I mean, getting to the right doctor and getting things taken care of will make a world of difference in how you feel in your life.
Yeah, I'm tired all day, I guess, because that sleep apnea, boy. I just feel like everything goes by in slow motion.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I know how I felt when I've been sick, and it's not a good feeling. And I had some serious problems in my past, but I've overcome them, thankfully, due to doctors and medications and lots of money. That's not sad to say. But Charles, good to hear you in there, and I hope things get better for you. That's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Foxtrot Foxtrot. That's correct, isn't it, Charles?
Yeah, and I didn't realize it got that hot today. I was outside and watched father, he came and mowed our lawn and cleaned up the yard and whatnot. It rained actually over here.
Yeah, there was some rain around town, you're right. But it was hot out, that's for sure. All right, good to hear you in there, Charles. Like I said, hope you feel better and get better. Who else north of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
AC9.
Hey, man, how you doing tonight, Steve? Up in Scottsville, Kentucky.
I got tired of waiting till the end of the net there when you say late check-in, so I tried to jump in there now, right?
No, now's a good time. It's north. You're good. You're north. You don't have to wait for late or out of state or out of mind or out of the planet check-ins.
Hey, why do you have a hat on?
There you go. That better? That better?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a 4-second delay over the internet.
Yeah, no, I know there's a delay. No, I just get into the hat. It's funny. I get into the habit of wearing a hat because I go outside and keep the sun on, keeps the sun off me, and it also looks like I haven't taken a bath in about a week without hair. I can see it now in my live feed here. But no, I just get into the habit of doing that. You'd think I was bald wearing a hat all the time, would you?
That's what I thought at first. All right, well, I gotta find some food here, so I'll be back later on. Don't have too much fun. AC9IM.
Oh yeah, appreciate the check-in, Steve. Your signal sounds great tonight. It's about an S3, if I noticed it correctly, or S4, and good audio. And that's Alpha Charlie 9 India Mike Steve in Scottsville, Kentucky. Who else north of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo.
I think I heard. Well, I know I heard Frank in there. Hold on. I heard somebody else, but I didn't catch who it was. Frank, how you doing tonight? And you're at home, I take it.
Actually mobile, but just going past the library. I waited till I was in the good spot.
Oh, very good. So you're right up there in the library, up in the middle of Mount Juliet.
Yeah, I've been on since you were on the south, because I was coming from work. I had to work really late today. So, but I figured, let me wait till I get to the north side. I was trying to get home before you got to me, but I can't always tell how you're going to do it.
Well, you just need to drive faster.
I already donated to the police department this year.
I just noticed my hair looks a lot thinner when when I got this light on my head and I can see the camera, but that's all right. I'll live. My brother is 17 years younger and he's 100%, well, nearly 100% bald, so I feel pretty good. All right, Frank, very good. There was another check-in on the north. Who was it?
Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec.
Hey, how are you doing tonight? I haven't heard from you in a little bit, Brent.
Doing pretty good. I'm on a handheld radio going down the road.
Oh, wow. Where are you located? Because it's not that bad. I mean, I got full copy, but it's just a fairly weak audio.
I'm coming down to the bottom of my hill right now.
Oh, wow. Well, you're about an S3 actually on the signal, and just the audio is a little light. That's all.
Better than I expected. Yeah, he had the fair last week and everything going on for a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, there's no, we got no rules. You don't have to be here. Not if you got other things to do. So, but I appreciate you being there, Brent. That's Brent, Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec, and he's mobile up north of Mount Juliet Road. I forgot to mention we had Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo, and he is mobile. He was mobile right in the middle of Mount Juliet, up by the library in the middle of town, up on a hill. So he was doing real well. And Brent's signal for a handheld in the car is doing fantastic. All right, who else we got north of Mount Juliet Road?
Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie.
Okay, just spare me the trouble of looking it up because I forget. If I've heard the call, I don't recall. Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie.
Delta Tango Charlie. Name here is David in Gallatin.
Ah, very good, David. Good to have you in the group. Is this your first time in? Because I don't remember the call, but my memory isn't perfect.
I think I may have checked in, a year or two ago or something, and then I kind of forgot about it, and I heard it on the, I think it's the old Codgers net or something. They mentioned the Simplex net, and I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool to go over there and check that out again, because I like Simplex, so I'm back.
Well, very good, David. That's why I don't remember. It's over 30 days ago, or maybe over 30 minutes ago. I'm not sure which. No, I think that, again, Simplex isn't the answer for everyone. It really isn't. Some people just, again, some people, if they have other things to do, those that are intensely interested show up all the time. But, that's just them. I don't mind people checking in just once in a while at all, because we don't have any rules here, David.
Oh, I like that. I'm running 40 watts with a Diamond 510 on it. It's probably, 20, 25 feet or something up in the air.
And you're located where now, David?
In Gallatin.
Ah, very good. You said that earlier. See, I told you about memory. It was over 30 seconds ago. Okay, David has 40 watts, and that Diamond 510 is that's like a 17-footer or so. Isn't that 510 about that?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while since I put it up. I don't remember the exact numbers. You know, 9, 10, 11 dB gain or something like that.
Yeah, no, it does real good because I've got its big brother, the X700, which is 24 feet, and well, I felt I had to since I'm net control. I've got to have the biggest, baddest antenna, and I'm also broke.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that one. I can hear most everybody. I didn't hear the guys down south of 40 or the one in Bellevue, and I'm not sure I heard the guy with the HT either.
Yeah, no, I got you. I have the benefit, though, David, of being at a decent elevation here in Mount Juliet at about 680 something where my house sits, and then I've got the base of this X700's up about the base of it. I think is it. I have to do the math every time. It's horrible. 32, 42, 44. Yeah, it's about 44 feet above the ground. So, and there's 24 feet above that of the antenna. So it really does hear well, and I get reports that it gets out very well.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Height is always a good thing. I can't do anything about it. Not sure I'm going to try and get any higher. I'm pretty happy with the way mine works. But anyways, I'll let you get on with the net. This is Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie. Thank you.
All right, David. Good to have you in there, and glad you're back. And again, that's David, Whiskey 4 Delta Delta Tango Charlie. He's in Gallatin with 40 watts on a Diamond 510 antenna, which is a real fine antenna. And it's a lot cheaper than the one I had. Yeah, you ever seen a smoke detector like that? Where is it right there? The smoke detector. Somebody was commenting about the smoke detector. Well, I've got 3 PCs, 5 radios, and 2 or 3 power supplies, and all kinds of crap in here. So I don't want to take any chances with fire, smoke, nothing. That's the reason the smoke detector. Anyway, somebody commented that on here, on the chat portion of the thing. If you're not always looking, you can look it up on Brain Trust, BRAINTRUSTS is the correct spelling of my channel, and it's also, you can look it up under my call, K4PEW. All right, who else we got? Where was I? East? No, I was north of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in. Moving over to the east, then east of Mount Juliet. Please come now, James.
WA4ZHI.
See, I knew you'd be there right off the bat, didn't
I would surely hope so.
Yeah, very good. I may have said this on the air before, but when I was in the Navy, we had muster every morning, and they used to bring the plans of the day and talk about what we were going to do that day. And I was mouthy enough that every time something came up, I'd question her. I'd question the chief about it. What the heck are we doing that for? I had an opinion that had to be spoken for some reason. And after a while, he got tired of it. And he chewed me out about it. And then one day he got up there and he says, "We're going to do this, this, and this." And then he looked at me and he goes, "Is that okay with you, Will Azinski?" That was my comeuppance for. I stayed quiet too. I said, "No, everything's fine. Thanks, Chief. Thanks for asking."
He mispronounced your name, didn't he?
No, he probably got it right. I don't remember. Most of the time in the Navy, anybody whose name ends in SKI, they become Ski. And I was Ski for pretty much 4 years. All right, James, you sound good. You're still using the same antenna, I take it.
Yeah, same antenna. And I got a real good copy on David in Gallatin. I got it 2 bars over S9.
Oh, cool. Well, very good. You sound great, James. That's James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India here in Mount Juliet, just east of Mount Juliet Road, about the middle of town. Appreciate you being there, James. Who else east of Mount Juliet Road?
KE4TW.
Hey, Wes. How you copy now?
Everybody's sounding good. I heard the DPC station in Gallatin real strong. I heard the guy driving by the library in Mount Juliet. He was coming in real strong too. So doing good. KE4TW.
Well, James was he's east of the library, a little lower, and then the other fellow was KB9 RKK. He was mobile, but at the top of the hill there by the library. Is that which one were you talking about?
It was RKK. When he came in, he was very strong. So yeah, I know pretty much where he was. So doing good here, just north of Watertown, Wood Road, KE4TWO.
Yeah, very good, Wes. And that was Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey, India. He's just off of Linwood Road in just a little bit northwest of Watertown. Who else east of Mount Juliet Road? You must be mobile, Richard.
I better not be. Oh, I'm at the house.
Oh, somebody might have doubled with you because it was a real rough copy on that, and I figured you were on your handheld, but now you're better.
Well, I don't know. I must not have held my mouth right when I keyed the mic the first time. I have heard Springs, Hendersonville, Gallatin, and then west. So I'm batting a little bit over here. But the guys west and the guys south, I got no clue.
Well, there you go. That's what you get with a J-pole, man.
That's about to change.
Yeah, very good. We've had a revolving kind of discussion about J-poles and better antennas. So there was another station doubling, so hold on one second. All right, Richard. No, you sound good tonight. You really do with what you have to me. And I'm sorry you can't hear more. So much fun to be able to hear everybody, really. Anyway, it's Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo, and that's Richard, and he's in Lebanon. The station had doubled. Please go ahead. Who's next east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come down.
KE4DEZ.
Yeah, very good. How are you doing tonight there, Earl?
I'm doing pretty well there, Tom. Paul. Sounds like you're doing honky dory and peachy creamy over there in your neck of the woods there as well. And with all that being said, it's risk of sound like I'm beating a dead horse or anything. I've been thinking, oh, look out. That's a scary time. I've been thinking. But anyway, I just thought I'd, the old saying that, higher is better and location and all that there scenario stuff and everything like that is all well and good and everything, but just premium man a fence post and I guess assuming everyone out there can hear my Rinky Dink radio is a fence post, but anyway, I don't think the world's quite ready for my sense of humor, so I might need to tone it down a notch too. But anyway, you're kind of a poster child on the old, a little rinky dink radio, if you will, and a good quality antenna. It's kind of proving a point, and I take things like that to heart, if you will, because like I say, I'll be thinking this, that, and other, and all kinds of scary thinking modes over here. But I just thought I'd share that, and you're a mighty fine inspiration to probably anyone out there, and all points in between on the old Simplex net. On this here radio this evening, is my audio any better or worse or too much or not enough, or what do you think? KE4DEZ, back to you.
No, you're doing fine, Earl. In fact, you're doing between S5 and S6 to me. Nice, strong audio. I mean, you can tell it's got a slight roughness to it, but nobody complain about that. I mean, it's not a full quieting, but it's also full copy, full audio, good modulation.
Okay. Yeah, I just this microphone is actually a little bit better match for this radio than the old handheld mic. But then again, I don't know what I think is one thing and what the proof in the pudding is something else. Is one of these old Kenwood MC80 power mics I'm trying out on this thing for later on. Maybe I'll try some of that there, as you say, upper sideband 2 meter stuff over here on the vertical side. See how this thing operates on sideband. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. We're looking forward to it. We'll be doing that as soon as we close out this net. Appreciate you being there, Earl. That was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, and he is just Noreen, just a little bit east of Cedars of Lebanon, down there, South Lebanon. Who else east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come on. We may have run out of check-ins. Anybody else?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta.
I'm sorry, I was getting that mixed up in my brain. It's the Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. The name is Kilo Echo November. I am just past the 24 down to 840, crossing the 840 highway. South of you guys, and been listening to that. Just want to check in.
Ah, very good. Is this your first time? I don't recognize the call, but you could have.
No, first time. WV4D Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. And like I said, the name is Kilo Echo November. I'm running mobile at about 25 watts.
No, you're doing a fine job with a solid, good signal. You must have a nice antenna on the vehicle.
Yeah, I've got a 5/8 weight flipping up over the top, and I got an NMO mounted in the center of the pickup truck. So I think I get a good ground plane, get a good signal out. But anyway, good listening to the Simplex net. I love it.
Ah, very good. Well, welcome to check in anytime. Where do you normally reside?
I live in Smyrna, Tennessee, but it's the first time I've ever checked into your net.
Well, I'm glad you did, and we appreciate having you here, Ken. We've been doing this now, if you can imagine. This month, no, in September will be 4 years.
Well, hot dang, I'll have to put that on my calendar. You guys do this every week?
We do it twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday nights.
All right, Wednesday, Saturday. I'll put it on my schedule, and I'll see if I can check in with you. This is the mobile, so it may be not getting out as well because it's running about 20 watts, something like that, into the 5/8 wave on the pickup. But we'll check back with you and see what we can do.
Well, very good, Ken. No, you sound great. To me, you're about 10 over S9. Might even be a little higher than that with great audio from I-24 and 840. So you're doing great on a mobile unit.
Well, thank you, sir. I'll let you go back to your net, and you guys have done a great job. I copied almost everybody tonight. I don't know if I can copy everybody that checks in on Simplex, but about 90% of the check-ins I copied tonight.
Oh, that's great. You must have a good setup there on that pickup truck with the 5/8 wave. You're doing a good job, Ken. And again, appreciate that. That's Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. He normally resides in Smyrna, but he's right now mobile on I-24 near 840 at the moment when he started. Anyway, appreciate you being there, Ken. I hope to hear you again. Anybody else south of east of Mount Juliet Road, please come in or late check-ins. Maybe we'll go there.
KG4 and nothing.
You just want to keep me in suspense and see if you're going to check in. Is that right, Kevin?
It's trying to be the last one.
Yeah. The last is the most remembered, right?
I just turned on the TV and looked over at the clock. I forgot what time it was. And turned it on and saw that finally I heard y'all in there. I heard a few people when I turned it on. I heard that station, that mobile station, and I think it was the guy before that, and then that was it. But I'm here checking in. Anything going on?
No, just that single sideband we're going to do right after this net. We're going to move over to 146.415 sideband, upper sideband, and do a little short net because I'm sure it's going to be less people on sideband, but we'll take what we can get.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can get any, or if I can get a contact in there.
All right, I'll wait for the stop and then talk to him a little bit. Thank you for reminding.
Yeah, very good. We'll catch you later. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike, India Zulu. He's over just a little bit west of west at the circle there in the middle of Lebanon, off of Main Street. So good to have you in there, Kevin, as always. Who else? Anybody else late check-in? Please come in.
Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf Yankee.
Very good, Ed. How you doing down there in Shelbyville?
Doing great. The guy in the mobile, Keenan, he had a good mobile because I flipped off the beam back on the all direction antenna and I was still getting him about a 6 over there. Real good signal, real good audio there. So that's mobile. He's got a good mobile there if he's still listening. We're doing great there. Had a beautiful day and didn't get none of that rain. There's rain back towards Tullahoma, they say, but we're still missing the rain. And other than that, I'm going to turn it back to you. I'm sort of lost for words, believe that or not. But Katie Ford, CG Live. Back to you, Bob.
Yeah, very good, Ed. Good to hear you in there from Shelbyville. I had to think about that for a second. That's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. And you're using the beam or the vertical on that last transmission?
That's on the beam, but I can flip back this one more transmission after this. And I'll show you the difference between all directions.
Yeah, that'd be great. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is all directional right here. It should be a little bit different between the two.
Well, it's hard for me to detect because they're both 10 over S9.
Makes me feel good. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all carry on. I'll thank you like Katie Ford, ZG Live.
Yeah, very good. No, you're doing great. That vertical's really doing a job for you. Yeah, it's hard for people to see. I wish I could zoom in on the radio and how the S units come up. I've done that once before. It didn't show my face. I just showed the radio. All righty. That was Ed in Shelbyville, Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee, and he gave us a test between his beam and his vertical, and they both were about the same. So the conditions are very good, and he's got a very good system down there. Anybody else? Late check-ins, please come in.
Do over.
Say again.
Do over.
You want to do over? Do you, Earl?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
I figured do over, recheck, or whatever. I just thought I'd try a different term. But yeah, I was while I was sitting here thinking, I think one point in time that you asked me if I was going to make it to that Cedars 11 ordeal and everything like that, and if I weren't going to make it, he was going to come over here and drag me out to it. But anyway, I was there. I didn't see you. Where were you at?
No, I got waylaid that Sunday morning. It was my fault. I was gonna make it, and then I couldn't. I got up way too late, and it would have been over by the time I got there. Sorry about that, Earl.
That's okay. I just thought I'd mention that. It was pretty good gathering, I thought, and I had a pretty good time. I kind of got a little bit out of my safety zone, so to speak, and was a whole lot more sociable. Face to face and what I've been, and put a lot of faces to the voices, and shook a few hands, and everything like this, that, and other. Bought me a wall wart for my external laptop speakers and things. That was a big whopping daggone nickel 98 or whatever like that. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there and let you carry on. KE4 easy, clear.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Glad you could make it. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I would have liked to. Who else? Anybody got any other late check-ins anywhere on the compass, east, south, north, or west? All right, we're going to move on to the lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, and scanner listeners.
W8IFG. Let's see if I can get in here.
Yes, you made it in here, Adam. You're doing good. Which one are you now? You want to qualify which one you are, the lurker, sandbagger, lollygagger? Can't be a scanner listener.
Let's see. How about just plain late? Just sat down and turned the radio on. I'm a little wore out. I started this 6-week fitness challenge. It started on Monday. So I had my first class Monday night, and I just had class number 2. And
It is working me.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Who puts that on?
So this is with a little gym over here in Brentwood, Iron Tribe Fitness. They've got a few locations around the area. I think down in Cool Springs, and I'm not sure where else. But yeah, I got this little program going where you you choose what your goal is. You either want to lose 6% body fat or you want to gain 6% muscle mass. And at the end of the 6 weeks, if you achieve your goal, then you get your money back.
Oh, is that right? That's awesome. Yeah, that do they make you sign a disclaimer that if you croak, you don't owe the dues or something? You know, you don't have to pay.
No, I think if you croak, they get to keep the money. But yeah, you sign all kinds of stuff, that's for sure.
Now, those things are great, and that's the kind of programs that often are the best ones for those who want to stick to it. Because if they try to do it on their own, they don't do it.
Yeah, and that's the problem I've had for the last few years. But I used to be pretty good with going to the gym on my own, but I fell off the bandwagon and I just could never get back on it. So this is probably the kick in the pants that I needed.
Oh yeah, you know, I did many moons ago in the 70s. I quit smoking, and I promised myself that I quit smoking. It was like 74 or 5, somewhere in there, and that I'd start running. And I weighed a lot less than I do now, so I don't run anymore. I did biking thing, but I decided I'd run, and so I did. I got shorts on, t-shirts, sneakers, and I had this very big city block I lived on. It was probably, it might have been a half a mile, maybe a little more, big city block. And I started running. I didn't get out 50 yards, and my shins and my legs were on fire, and my feet, I thought they'd explode. And I said, I'm not giving up. I'm not doing it. I'm going to keep going. I suffered through the city block. And when I got home, I fell on the front lawn and laid there and said, am I crazy? But I went out and did the same thing the next day because I wasn't giving up.
Yeah, the first time's the worst. I'm still feeling the soreness in my legs from the Monday night class where we did a bunch of squats, a couple other maneuvers. But yeah, I tried to take up running several times in the past. I just never liked it. When I was going to the gym, I would get on the treadmill and I usually I work out to about a 5K, a little over 3 miles, I guess, is what I typically do for my cardio workout. And I'll do that. I got one of those elliptical machines here at the house, and I'll get on that and do about the same distance. And I tend to like that a lot better than actually, running on the flat ground.
Oh yeah, no question about it. And whatever, it's a lot of people who have not or have been putting off working out or trying to stay fit. Even just a little bit every day makes a huge difference in fitness levels and cardio levels. Even going for a 10-minute walk every day and then working up from there is a great thing to do for everybody. Because not everybody's, a lot of people think of it as just getting out there and really busting butt, and it's not. You can't do that. Just like when I did on that running, I if I was a different person, I would have just asked, please shoot me. I don't want to go on.
Yeah. Well, what's that slogan I used to hear? Just a bit gets you fit. So yeah, you're right. It just takes a concerted, dedicated effort and some diligence with it, and hopefully I can make it. At least I'm trying. So I think that's a big score in that column. So anyway, good to hear you. Glad I made it in here before you close things up, and hope you have a great rest of the week, Paul. W8IFG.
Yeah, very good, Adam. That's Adam Whiskey 8 India Foxtrot Golf again. Whiskey 8 India Foxtrot Golf. I forgot again where you live. Tell me again. No, can't think of it.
On the pretty much right on the Davidson County, Williamson County line over here, a couple miles east of 65.
And I missed the first part of that because I think I doubled it.
Brentwood, Tennessee. W8IFG.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Someday I'll get that straight. Brentwood. I gotta remember how I can remember that. All right. Very good, Adam. Appreciate you being in there. And yeah, and I encourage anybody to A, to quit smoking, and B, to just get moving a little bit. You'll feel a lot better. I know I did. And I think it got me through a couple of real serious other health problems just being relatively fit. I'm not a small man. One at 275. It takes a little bit to be fit. All right. Anybody else late check-ins? Please come in. Well, very good. I'm going to close the net, and we're going to move over, give a little bit of break here. I'll still be on the video here. I'm going to move my antenna over to my sideband rig. I could have actually done that earlier and done the whole net on the sideband ring, but I didn't. But anyway, we'll go from there, and just give me a second. We'll close this net out with 24, which is a nice average number for us. Like I said, we've been, in the last year, we've been as low as 12 about 13 months ago and as high as 29. So I consider anything in the 20s to be a great number for participation. Well, I'm going to close the net now. 73, bye-bye, waving for those that have that 4-second delay. And I will be moving. You can see me move over the sideband here. So we'll catch you guys in a little bit for those that can. You can even listen on FM, but you won't hear it very well. This is K4PEW 73, and just QSYing to a different mode here on sideband, same frequency, all vertical, by the way. And we'll talk to you in a minute. K4PEW.
K4OFO, Paul, real quick.
Yeah, glad you caught me. I was just ready to unscrew the antenna.
Okay, I'm talking to you on that handy talker again, using that other antenna. Also, I'm upstairs, and I think when I talked to you yesterday, I was on low power, and I got it on high power now. I didn't know if it made any difference or not.
Well, truly the truth, when you're nearly 20 over in a handheld, and from your second floor, I wouldn't. If you didn't tell me, I thought you'd be on a base unit.
Okay, I'll let you go. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Good luck on your sideband.
All righty, we'll catch you in a bit. K4PEW. So I'm reclosing the net, and I'm going to be undoing the antenna, so you can't call me on FM. So K4PEW. All right, this is K4PEW with my Juliet Simplex Radio Net on sideband. Let's go. We'll do it quickly if we can. I don't know how many men or women there are out there today, but on the sideband, we will start out with From the South. Let's do that. It's From the South. Anybody south, please come on. Hang on 1 second. I had a slight adjustment here. Yeah, hold on, Robin. I was just adjusting. I realized I had it on really low power on the sideband here. You're right back. I'll go ahead. All right, I'll take Robin first, and I heard Larry as well. Robin, how you doing? How's that sound to you? Well, it should sound great to you. Very good. I was doing only about 10 watts, if I remember seeing that. That's why I adjusted it. You sound good to me. One more time, and I'll give you a signal report. Yeah, I don't have a way to see that on my meter because I don't have it hooked up. But I do have it on the face of the thing, and it looks almost, I'd say full quieting, but that's not accurate on sideband. It's about an S9 to me, though, Ron. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. There is going to be a difference on how that reads for S levels. All right, I heard Larry in there as well. Larry, you still there? You sound like I think I mean, heard Robin just fine. Are you on 146.415? It sounds funny because it sounds like you're, well, on a little higher frequency than that, just a little bit, but you sound good to me. It was full copy. You sound great. Do you hear Larry? Did you hear Robin at all? Okay. Very good. Yeah, it's going to be a little rough because he is still at a relatively low elevation where he is. He did get a better antenna position than he had before and a better antenna, but it's a little compromised. All right, appreciate it, Larry. I appreciate you being in there. Who else south of 40? Oh man, you're just killing me over here, Dan. Ah, really? 4178. 4178. Yeah, 146. You said 146.4178. Yeah, that makes more sense. But you've got a great signal, great audio, but then you're only a mile from me or so. Yeah, I just realized nobody else can hear these people because I've got the headphones plugged in, but I just unplugged them, so there'll be some audio now. That was Dan, Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha, here in Mount Juliet, just about a mile from me, there, Providence. Who else on south of 40?
Man, I hear you just fine, K4ID6.
Anybody else south of 40? Appreciate that, Rob. All right, over to the west then, west of Mount Juliet. We got anybody on sideband west of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo.
Yeah, you sound good, John. I'll look at that signal again in a second. I wasn't watching.
Yeah, Paul, you're over S9 here on your voice peaks, sounding just great.
Yeah, very good. Well, we have matching antennas, so that works out good.
Yeah, I think I'm just heating up the little cloud over me and creating a little tropospheric duct right to you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Well, did you hear that other person who said you had you had almost no signal to where he was up in Castilian Springs, but your audio was good modulating and a strong audio.
Yeah, on the FM, I had I forget the call sign, but I had a good readable copy on the Castilian Springs station.
Yeah, he's doing a real fine job. All right, John, appreciate it. And of course, that's John Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. I'll say that again, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo, and he is in Bellevue, and that's John. All right, anybody else west of Mount Juliet? North of Mount Juliet, anywhere north of Mount Juliet, Division Street, Lebanon Road. Nothing north. How about over to the east of Mount Juliet Road? I know at least one of the guys over there has it.
K4 DKZ, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, how copy, over.
Yeah, you're good for about an S5 5 or so in there, Earl. You're doing a fine job.
Right, okay. Well, I got you about a half 7 over here, and I had to move my list just a smidge a bit to clarify again, but it ain't really a whole lot to mess with or anything like that. How's me on you?
Oh no, you're good. I got a good copy. It's a little bit of distortion in there, but it's fully readable. Not a problem at all. It's kind of interesting to see how the signals are so. It's not the FM audio that you'd normally hear from most people, but it still gets through very well.
Right, okay. Yeah, it is a little bit different as the old wobble thing, so to speak, and whatnot like that. But anyway, I just thought I'd jump in there and say howdy, and I guess this microphone is looks like it's driving this radio like it's supposed to anyway. So I guess my audio's all right too.
Yeah, no, your audio's fine. It really is. I don't see any problems at all. You're doing a good job, Earl. Appreciate it. And that was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, and he is in Noreen. Very good. Who's next? South of 40, please come in. And anything south of 40? Anything east of Mount Juliet Road, I should say.
Yeah, I'm east of that. Yeah, I'm there. How about a KG4, my thing?
Yeah, you sound good in there. Good signal coming across the vast wasteland between you and me.
I had to program me in again. I don't know. I followed. I think it was Dan that said wait a minute, 41478. I followed him over there, caller, and got you in there clear. You must have moved it again because now you're fuzzy. But your copy is 100%, man. You're giving me an S20 over here. You can't bounce it no higher off the top of the radio. That needle or that little bitty bar system. I think you're about to knock a button off my radio. I'll take you for it, my thing.
Yeah, very good. Good to have you in there, Kevin. That's I'm glad to hear. Yeah, it's a little intriguing to me because you're pretty clear on that. I didn't try to adjust the clarifier at all, but because to some people it's, Robin had me solid on frequency and others do not. And I ran into that on another occasion, and it's just intriguing how that happens.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to move back up to 415 and see how you sound there.
All right, very good. Of course, that's Kevin, KG4, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu. Who else we got south of 40? Please come in. Or east of Mount Juliet is where I'm supposed to be. East of Mount Juliet Road.
KE4 TWR.
Ah, good solid signal. You're as good as here, really, as you are on the. Are you on the beam? Or you must be on the vertical.
Yeah, on the vertical beam. You're at 7 here.
Huh. That's better than normal.
Hang on 1 second. Let's check this out. Where did I peak that time?
Oh, I didn't see a peak on this S meter, but you couldn't get much clearer or better audio than that.
All right. Just want to see that CW. Now, you're sounding good. Kevin's sounding good, too. KE4 TWR.
Yeah, very good. That's Wes, of course, KE4 TWI, and just over there by Watertown off of Linwood Road. Who else? Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
KE4 TWI, K4 IDC, how copy? I got you, Robin. You're weak, but I copy. Nothing new there. Robin, I got an S8 on me over here. On Wes or on me? On you. How'd you copy Wes? He's pretty much full scale. All right, very well. Well, that confirms what we're finding on FM as well. K4 IDC, carry on, Paul.
I'm just glad you're not on that Oriental antenna anymore. Yeah, very good, Robin, and appreciate the signal report on both you and Kevin, and I'm sure that Wes appreciates that as well. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet Road, please come in. Well, sounds like we covered the bases. We'll take late check-ins any place on sideband 146-415. Please come in. All righty, I think that about does it. And this is one last chance. Anybody who wants to check in on sideband 146-415, please come in. Yeah, at some future date, I'd love to hear how far this signal gets out, like going north at the same time. Maybe Steve, if he was in there, he could duplicate that for me. I'm pretty sure he can. But anyway, up in Kentucky, I just want to see if it sounds different or better or worse or whatever. All right, very good. Then I'll close on that. One more chance. Anybody, any place, anywhere, late check-ins to the Mount Juliet Simplex net on sideband tonight. Breakthrough, first time ever on 146-415. Sideband instead of FM.
I just like to help others. I appreciate y'all participating and help me figure out this here radio on sideband because it's been quite some time since I used it, and the IF shift seems to work all right. My clarifier is a little bit well, it's kind of funny, but it works all right. Once I turned my squelch all the way down and opened up the front end of my radio, I got a lot more receive signals on other individuals out there. KG4, DE3, that's a pretty good test.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent. Now, did my audio change at all when I made a slight adjustment there? Huh?
Yeah, I kind of cleared it up some over Paul and everything. Sideband is sideband, whether it's HF or TPers, I guess. They're going a little bit too much mic gain or whatever like this, that, and other plays a part in it too. But that's why I was asking you how my audio was. Stuff like that, make sure I wasn't overdriving the radio with too much mic gain.
Yeah, no, everything sounds fine. Just like I said, there's some differences in the audio quality, seemingly off frequency, but I'm not sure why that is. Going to have to consult with an expert why it would be that way, so close to everyone. When some hear me perfectly, or at least seemingly perfectly, and others hear me slightly off frequency, and vice versa. You sounded. I moved to about 415.1 and you sounded better. And but then again, I don't know the reason ultimately why that is. I'll be sending this radio in for service here sometime in the near future because I got another thing I need to do to it. But I'm going to find out and get it aligned and straightened out. With any other check-ins, please come in.
Hey, Paul, this test was done on vertical, right?
That's affirmative. Vertical. We're all vertical tonight.
All right, Roger. KG4, Monday.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to stand up. You can lay down if you want to.
I'm down here messing with the chicken.
Well, the chicken's making their own mess, man. You don't have to make a mess for them.
Could do without that.
Say that again?
Could do without that.
Yeah, I know that. Well, very good. Appreciate you guys participating in the little sideband test. And we had 3, 5, 6, 7 folks. Well, 8. 8 with me. I forgot to put me in there, but we had 8 people, which ain't too shabby for a first-time test. I don't know who else has sideband, or they didn't realize we were doing it, or they got off the internet early or whatever. But I'm glad that you guys participated. It taught us a little something. And in case all our FM rigs blow up, we can move over to sideband. All right. This is K4PEW closing this portion of the net at 9:15 and 22 seconds after the hour. Have a great night, guys. 73. I'll go back to FM here momentarily. K4PEW. Yeah, fine business, Wes. Glad to hear you there. And for those of you still on the web, which is 3 a.m., I am closing down the live feed here. So you guys have a great night.